Hi guys, it's Marie, and it's been a lot for everybody. For those of you who have been following me on the gram, we've been talking a lot about the state of things, what to do now, where to go next. So first of all, I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope you're well. I hope you're well enough. In any case, I think we've all really pretty much been staying abreast of everything, whether we're watching the news constantly or constantly on social media. I just kind of vacillated between emotions of anger and sadness, afraid to feel the depths of the sadness, wouldn't really want to let myself do that. It was really difficult, and I usually can pretty much get through whatever okay. So, I think we're all kind of on the same page, but I did end up also going to a protest, and that actually gave me hope because, like so many Black Americans, I really just felt like alone, kind of feeling like, well, we know what's going on and a lot of people don't care, or they're kind of fine with the status quo and just kind of like we're in this ourselves, and that's fine, that's fine. I mean, it isn't, but it is, but then I discovered that we're not alone, really. There are a lot more people who are willing to listen. There are a lot more people who are trying to be empathetic, who recognize their privilege. And that's something different. I feel like it feels different than, say, 3 or 4 years ago. I didn't offer up books to read during this time because I feel like a lot of people are doing that already, and a lot of the same books are coming up, and they're great books, and so I felt like everyone was getting that information. I will, however, mention We Were 8 Years in Power by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I think I've already spoken at length on how much I love that book. If you are trying to really understand the state of America and what's going on, and why we're here, I think it's an important book to read. That said, we still wanted to bring you an AMERIE'S book club selection, and so for the month of June, we have Bakari Sellers' My Vanishing Country, which is a memoir. I actually listened to this on audiobook, which is narrated by the author himself. Now, a lot of you may already know Bakari from CNN. We know him as the CNN analyst, but there's so many things that I didn't know about him. First of all, I was thinking, memoir, he's really young, but all right. I don't know I didn't know his age, but I just knew like he wasn't old. But it totally made sense when I saw how much life he's lived. So he's not only an analyst on CNN, but he's also a lawyer and a politician. I did not know. I had no idea that he served in the South Carolina's House of Representatives. He's actually the youngest African-American elected official ever at the age of 22. So he was pretty much born and hit the ground running, basically. In his memoir, Bakari shares his experience in growing up in the rural South. He talks about what it is to be Black, country, and proud. He talks about what it is to grow up as the son of an activist. His father, Cleveland Sellers, is an activist. He was very, very heavily involved in the 60s. So he grew up with Uncle Stokely Carmichael and other activists, and there's a certain event that happened, a bloody event, which involved his father and other activists and police. And although it happened before he was born, this event shaped who he was, who he became, and also what he wanted to do with his life. I'm amazed at just how much he accomplished in such a short amount of time. I mean, when you're looking at the fact that he was elected into the South Carolina House of Representatives at the age of 22, and he was actually juggling being a politician and being in school at the same time. That's some time management and dedication. So he talks about growing up in the rural South. He's talking about what it is to grow up in areas that are essentially forgotten. He talks a lot about healthcare and the strength of Black women, as well as mental health, and how mental health isn't really discussed a lot in the Black community. The Black community as a whole, generationally, has suffered a lot of trauma, but individuals too suffer in silence. It was an eye-opening experience for me because when I think of my time in the South as a military brat, it's kind of more of a suburban feel. It's not rural. So when he talks about some of the things, he describes some of the buildings, I was forgetting sometimes that he was talking about, this would be the 90s. It brought to mind the 60s or the 50s, the 40s even. And it saddened me that this was the state and is the state of some schools and some areas right now. We're gonna have so much to talk about with Bakari. It'll be really interesting to hear what he has to say, especially now that we're in the middle of these protests, especially now that we are in the middle of creating change. He's going to be with us June 30th. If you think you know Bakari from CNN, there is so much that you don't know, both about him and his family. I hope that you read it or listen to it and you're inspired. We definitely need so much positivity and inspiration right now. We still have the coronavirus out there. We have to make sure that we're keeping ourselves and our families safe. And we also have to make sure that we're doing what we can to make the world better for ourselves and for our kids and our future generations, and that we make our ancestors proud. That's been weighing a lot on me lately. It's just making our ancestors proud. Please like this video if you like it. Most importantly, please share this video. I love it when we can share the book club with other people, get them reading, get the conversations flowing. Be sure to keep checking into AMERIE'S book club on IG and my personal account on IG for what's going on with the book club, as well as just, you know, what's going on in the world right now. So happy reading or listening. Like I said, I listened to the audiobook, loved it. Stay safe, stay inspired, and stay uplifted. Also guys, I want you to know that the chats, the live chats, will be on my AMERIE Instagram. It was really difficult before. For some reason I wasn't able to save, and I don't know what was going on, but the last chat that I had with James McBride, which was fantastic. Definitely check it out if you guys haven't already. All that said, yes, the IG live chats will be archived on my main AMERIE page.